graphical issues.
Now heading over to the workbench, we've got the GT740SC that's got quite a bit of dust inside of it. You can see the buildup. And we're going to need to take the fan shroud out to clean it, also remove this heatsink and put fresh thermal paste underneath because of the age of this device. We want to make sure that we can overclock it if we need to, or give it a little bit extra boost without it overheating. So there's 4 spots for screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4 over here. I've gone ahead and removed those. And our last thing to take off on this card is 1 screw that holds this cover in place. So let's just take that guy off real quick. And with that, you can see our fully exposed fan shroud and heatsink with a little bit of dust buildup in there. A little bit of bust buildup. What is bust buildup? We're going to go ahead and take off the fan connector so we can get this really clean. And now let's go ahead and take this heatsink off. It doesn't look like this is cooling any of the memory chips. And for that, we're going to need 4 screws here in the back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we can lift off the back and see that our thermal paste is ready to be replaced. Let's go ahead and get this cleaned, and this cleaned with some isopropyl alcohol, and also dust all the area around it, as well as the outside of this heatsink and the fan shroud. Let's go ahead and put some fresh thermal paste on the Nvidia die. For this, because this is not a super high-end card, I'm going to be using Corsair TM30 Performance Thermal Paste. Now let's put on just a little dab of TM30 thermal paste here in the center. You don't need very much at all because all it needs to cover is the die. That's it. On newer graphics cards, you actually have thermal pads to replace all along the memory chips because they run at higher clock speeds. These are low enough to just be wind cooled with no surface contact onto the actual heatsink. Our next step is to go ahead and put the heatsink back onto the GPU, and we're going to put the flat side, this side, and this side towards the bottom the way it was originally, so that we don't run into any issues. And I'm just going to apply it one time, hold it while I flip it over, and then we'll actually reapply the tensioner screws. There we go. Our GeForce GT740 just got a fresh coat of thermal paste.
Unfortunately, even with a fresh coat of thermal paste, this customer's Nvidia GeForce 740 was fucked. Microsoft Windows wouldn't even allow it to install because this device appears to have issues. So let's swap out that GPU with an extra one that I have in stock, which is a Radeon HD 6850. It's a DirectX 11 card. It only has 1 gig of RAM, but it's much better than running games off of your CPU GPU unless you have an AMD processor. Out with the old defective GT740 SC, rest in peace. In with the ATI HD 6850. And because I'm installing an older card, I am going to redo the thermal paste on this. It's applied, clean, and ready to put back together. Which is at least gonna give them something to be able to do some light gaming with. Go ahead and fire the system up. So the new graphics card is installed, it's configured. We've got MSI Afterburner running to do a little bit of overclocking. Yeah, I know. 1100 megahertz for the RAM and 900 megahertz for the processor is what I found for it to be stable. Let's see if we can milk the most out of this graphics card. Let's run a Firmark benchmark for 1080p. That's running smooth. Now it is an older card, so this is going to give about 24-25 max FPS. Let's take a look at those temps, see if the thermal paste actually took fit, and also the fan curve that I configured. Alright, it's staying cool. That's good. I am happy to see that. Let's see how it finishes this benchmark, but I would consider this PC done. I did recommend to the customer to go ahead and make their first purchase a new GPU because that's dead.